Hey y'all, happy Friday. Welcome to our synchronous math class today. I'm so glad you're joining us for this recorded version of our synchronous class on Friday, May 7th, 2021. Welcome. Y'all, today we're going to have a mini lesson on measurements of distance and then converting between those measurements. After that, I'm going to set you free and you are going to complete a problem set with different measurement conversion problems. But our mini lesson day is going to be a little short. So glad I'm in the right spot when I move over here. As we start today, I want you to think about what you measure and how you measure it. So think for a few moments about what you measure outside of school and how you measure it or what you use to measure it. For example, I measure my drive to school in miles. And then when my car runs out of gas, I measure the gas I need to buy in gallons. So what do you measure, and how do you measure it? We're going to think together for about 30 seconds here. What do you think? There's a lot of different types of measurement. You can measure different lengths, heights, weights. What do you measure? You can measure how much soda is in a soda bottle. You can measure how much water you need to cook pasta. I know when I go to the doctor, I get weighed, so they measure my weight. Awesome. Y'all, if you want to share what you came up with, that'd be awesome. Share it with a friend, a neighbor, an adult in your life, or send me a message or stop by class or a help session at some point, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. But there are a lot of different categories of ways to measure things. We have distance, like feet, yard, inches, meters. We have weight, like pounds and ounces and kilograms and grams. And we have volume, like gallons, teaspoons, tablespoons, cups. And they all serve different purposes. But today, we're going to talk about distance, specifically, just measures of distance. So we're going to write distance conversions. And conversions right here means changing between units. And as we start this, we're going to make two lists. In our first list, we have foot or feet. In our second list, we have inches. In our first list, we have yard. In our second list, we have feet. And in our first list, we have miles. And in our second list, we have feet. And you probably noticed we have foot, and then the plural foot is feet, and feet again. And that's okay. It's totally okay. Because each of these is a pair. We have foot and inches. We have yard and feet. We have miles and feet. My question for you, if I have a ruler right here, my ruler is 1 foot. I'm going to zoom out so you can see that whole thing here. If I have 1 foot, this is how we measure a foot. It's right here. How many inches are there in 1 foot? Well, this rule is conveniently drawn out for us, and it shows us that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. Now I'm going to switch back over here, and we're going to talk about a yard. It's so long, I can't even fit it anywhere. There we go, we got a yard. This is a yard. It is half of my wingspan. It is about the length of one of my arms. And that is a yard. And actually, if we took some rulers, and each ruler we said was a foot, and we put 1, 2, 3 rulers together, so 3 rulers is 3 feet, I only have 2, so I got to switch that one up and down. But if we have 3 rulers, that would be 1 yard. So if we have 3 rulers, that is 1 yard. That means 1 yard is 3 feet. Now, I really can't show you this next one. It is just too long. There is no way for me to show this to you all at once unless we use the map. But 1 mile we use to measure long distances, and 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Awesome. And I can zoom back in now that we are done measuring things. And to convert from, well, let's take a look. Actually, we need our ruler back here again. On our left side, the left list on the left, we had our bigger units because a foot is bigger than 1 inch. 1 foot, 1 inch, 1 foot, 1 inch. So we have our bigger units on the left, our smaller units on the right. We go from our bigger units to our smaller units. Wrong way there. Bigger units to our small units. From our left column to our right column, we are going to multiply. And we're going to multiply by the number in our right column. Okay. So I'm going to ask you 3 feet equals how many inches? We have 3 feet. How many inches do we have? Absolutely, we have 36 inches. And you know that because we're going to take our 3 feet and we're going to multiply it because we're going from big units to small units. I'm going to put it off here. We are going to do 3 feet times 12 inches. Well, from left to right. Awesome. Now, I bet you know, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you, that there are 100 yards in a football field. A football field is 100 yards long. That's a long way. But if I was to ask you how many feet are in a football field, I would say 100 yards is how many feet? Well, I'm going to have to use my yards and feet conversion. And I know in every 1 yard, there are 3 feet. And we're going from our bigger units to our small units, so we have to multiply. What are we going to multiply? We're going to multiply the 100 yards times 3. And 100 yards times 3 is 300. So 100 yards is 300 feet. Now, what if we wanted to go the opposite direction here? What if we had 48 inches and we wanted to see how many feet that was? Well, so far we've gone from the left column to the right column and we have multiplied. Now we're going from the right column to the left column. So if we're going the opposite direction, we're going to need to do we are going to need to do the opposite operation. And the opposite of multiplication is dividing. So when we go from the small unit to the big unit, or the right column to the left column, we need to divide. So we are going to divide 48 divided by 12, because there's 12 inches in every foot. So we're using the same measurement conversion here. 1 foot is 12 inches, just like on our ruler. But instead of multiplying this way, we are now going to divide going right to left. So 48 divided by 12 is 4. All right, y'all, that is our little mini lesson for today. You are now free to work on the problem set. It is in our Friday folder on Schoology, probably right below this video if you're watching this video on Schoology. And then on Monday, we're going to talk about different units of measure. We're going to talk about volume and weight, and I'm super excited. But y'all have an amazing weekend. I love y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye, y'all.